A little technical difficulty. This was a great concert. Again, John Stamos toured with the Beach Boys and a lot of the recent tours. This footage is actually from June of 2024. It's up on my YouTube channel, Eventually with Joe at YouTube. Beach Boys and John Stamos actually just played Epcot in Walt Disney World, and it was amazing because it was standstill. Like, you could not walk around the pictures I saw, and it made me chuckle because I remember going to this show and, you know, people hear you seeing classic bands and they go, wow, people are still interested in them, of course. And the crowd always speaks louder and cheers louder. That actually shows up to the shows. It's the same thing with Kiss. You know, everybody will debate, oh, there's not the original band lineup anymore, these songs, that songs, this guy wrote that. If you enjoy the music, enjoy it. I'm not part of either band. And, you know, being a fan for both all these years, you could enjoy whatever music you wish. But this was a really great show. They played all the hits. Full set list information is on the actual YouTube video. And, you know, this is about a half hour long of all the little snips I did along the show. You can't beat that classic sound. Like, I'm in awe just watching this back, and it's flooding back with memories of the show itself. I got to enjoy it with my son, and I mean, as you can see, we're right up there. The harmonies, like, this is the Beach Boys. Like, this is amazing. Now that part actually cracks me up. There's a few moments in the concert. John Stamos actually comes walking over. I think it was California Girls when they play that. He comes up so close. Literally, I just felt this energy behind me as I'm watching him, and it was just a rush, Beatlemania, a rush of a crowd just coming flooding down the aisle right behind me, yelling, "Uncle Jesse, Uncle Jesse." I felt like Chris Farley. If anybody has ever seen the movie Airheads, Chris Farley, Brendan Fraser, Steve Buscemi, Adam Sandler. Chris Farley plays LAPD officer blocking traffic and a crowd control, and they just storm him and rush the radio station. You would think you would expect that kind of reaction, but he's John Stamos. You know, he is who he is, and they flooded. I mean, we were pinned against chairs at one point. Just the rush of the crowd and the love that everybody has. It's amazing.
I'll tell you what, I think John Stamos is making a movie tonight or something. So smile pretty. Anyway, John, so nice of you to join us. And a couple of guys you said. Oh yeah, we're going to ask for your audience participation. If you can find the flashlight on your sometimes I can, and other times, if you're a person like maybe in an older demographic that doesn't know how to find it, it's really good for those Denny's at the 5 o'clock dinners.
As you can see from those crowd shots too, it was packed. It was a packed show. I believe it was sold out from what the staff were saying. Again, this was 2024. They did come back around 2025. For those joining in or don't know about this video, this is the Beach Boys and John Stamos at the PNC Bank Arts Center, Homedale, New Jersey, June 2024, and they are rocking and rolling. Great show. I know it's one thing being security at a concert, but these guys are just hanging out. I forgot they sit on a stage like that. If you could see on the left-hand side and then straight ahead by the New Jersey state flag under the screen. Imagine just you're getting paid hanging out watching the Beach Boys. And every staff member and security guard was wearing a Hawaiian lei just to get into the groove of everything. I mean, just an awesome night. I do recommend if anybody out there gets to see the Beach Boys, it's definitely a show you have to see, you know, especially while they're still here rocking with us. Just amazing. All these years later, they're still on stage touring. And a lot of select dates you will see John Stamos. So that's also a bonus if you're a fan of his music as well as his acting. He is an official member of the band. Yes, he is. Mike Love actually tells a story about that in the concert. I'm not sure if I caught that clip, but it's about the mid-'80s. And they just had such a huge crowd of women bum rushing them, screaming the whole night they were playing your show. And Mike Love says something along the lines, "Wow, is this all because John Stamos is here?" And they said, "Yeah, you know, he brings the crowd of women." And they're like, "Well, if he can do that every time, he can come play shows with us."
Okay, so maybe it's not true, but it is funny. Anyway, so John, called Be True to Your School. All right. John, I'm going to start the song. I'm going to get to the point where when I stop, I'm not singing, I'm not talking, I'm not doing nothing. That's your cue to put in a short, sweet, succinct, precise, tiny, little, no big thing, drum roll. That would be ideal. Oh. He's always been such a quick learner. Okay, I'm going to need a little help on the opening note because, you know, you can't just pick them out of the sky. You got to get them to the right note. And this is our lead guitarist, Mr. John Wiedemeyer. We call him Weed for short. Anyway, John, I'm going to need my opening note for Be True to Your School. Like that. Multiple choice. You ready, John?
Another quick thing to point out, as you can see, John Stamos is playing the drums. John Stamos is playing the guitar. He really does play those instruments. He is actually multi-instrumental, not just what you saw on Full House. So it is true. He can actually play an instrument, he can actually sing, and he does more than just play with Jesse and the Rippers. Just want to say hello, anybody joining in. Welcome, Ventures with Joe. I do YouTube on the side as well as jack of all trades with other fun stuff, concerts, memorabilia collecting. Right now, just going back and looking at some cool footage of the Beach Boys from June 2024, also rocking with John Stamos. This is available on my YouTube channel. This was filmed, again, back in June 2024. Just really great memories, great set list, and just, quick look back at some fun music on a Friday night, a little chatting. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you for being here.
Moved out of his family home, the first place he rented, and I came by after a writing session one night. I went over to visit, and we stayed up late working on a haunting melody until the early morning hours. In fact, those early morning hours was the same date that President Kennedy was taken to the hospital in Dallas. When we went in the studio about a month later, on January 1, needless to say, the recording session was filled with a lot of emotion. That song was titled The One in the Sun. to dedicate this song to my cousin, Ryan Morrison.
Well, first of all, let me say thank you so much for allowing me to perform for you this evening. What a bunch of beautiful people. I just love it here. I made a movie here years ago. I had the most beautiful time. The movie was terrible. But the town, in Freehold, I was in Freehold. Made a lot of friends, my assistant director, Jesse. Can I just say, I tell you, I'm so full of gratitude and love to be here tonight, to be with this band, and just to be a little part of the conduit that gets this beautiful music out. I feel like this music that they
Always got to name drop the city. The ladies went nuts, as you can tell, at Freehold.
we need this music so bad. I always say that discord is at an all-time high, and decency at an all-time low. But thank God we have the Beach Boy music to get us through, right?
I'm not too sure what movie he was filming at that time, but I'll have to look that up.
I love family from the Beach Boys. I lost a friend of mine a couple of years ago, and he never left anything on the table. He always said, "I love you, and I care about you, and I'm proud of you." So, anyways, if we're real quiet, we can hear him complaining in heaven somewhere. But he always told you what he felt about you. So that's one thing that we can do, that I try to do to keep his legacy alive, is tell people that you love them, that you care about them. I love you all, I care about you. Hello, sir.
This is a great spot right here. For those that don't know, this was actually a Beach Boys song before John Stamos performed it as Jesse on Full House. Still a shock about Bob Saget all these years later. Can't believe he's gone. But it's definitely a fitting tribute for a great friend.
So I'm gone away, but not forever. Gonna love you in your way, forever. This next song is, in my opinion, is a perfect song. There's very few perfect songs, but this one is perfect. It was sung by one of the most ethereal, beautiful men that ever walked this earth, Carl Wilson. But tonight, we're going to have a real special treat because Christian Love is going to sing a song from their seminal album, Pet Sounds, entitled Godalina.
Well, this was a crazy moment because this was the part I was talking about with the California girls part, and just a rush of a crowd came roaring behind us and pinned us against our seats. Everybody was yelling Uncle Jesse when John Stamos came over. Still amazing. Like, seeing a crowd like that is always awesome, especially a band with such longevity after all these years, and just clean, wholesome rock and roll. I mean, look at this. Wow.
Got a great idea. You know it gets colder in February. You can't see from here. Here's the deal. Let's take a trip down the corridor. Please sing this.
Boy, time really does fly when you're having fun. I didn't realize all those clips, almost a half hour, but that flew by. Very cool. definitely a great concert. And they end with Gonna Fly Now, the Rocky theme. I always thought that was pretty cool. All right, well, that was the Beach Boys, June of 2024, with John Stamos at the PNC Bank Arts Center, Homedale, New Jersey, right there, reading it verbatim. Very cool. So we check out, let's see. Oh, let's see here. What we got? Oh, look at that. A little Disney action over there. This would be the intro when you get to my page. Very cool. Well, let's see what we got here tonight. Again, it's a Friday night going on. Just chatting, testing out this whole Twitch thing here. No idea what that was. Some kind of buzzing sound going on over here. But thank you for tuning in. I'm going to call the evening. Going to go watch some streamers myself, some good friends out there, and catch up with everybody else soon. Thank you for tuning in, and hope to see you shortly. I don't really have a schedule. This is just the first time thing. I have a lot of concert videos I can go over, a lot of different ideas. Right now, my little streaming area is pretty much a hole in the wall, organic, unique, a special spot. So, I'll figure it out soon. But, yeah, it's going to be fun. Just want to make sure everybody can tune in next time, hang out, and what is that? See, I'm still getting used to this stuff. I have no idea what this is. Alright, I don't know what that screen was. I think if I do this, we can do a little swoop, a transition. Look at that. Everything disappears. Like a news broadcaster over here. Alright, well, happy Friday. It's enough fooling around. Again, Ventures with Joe. I am on Facebook, Twitter /X, whatever it's called now. Your choice. And YouTube. I might go live every once in a while. I do different adventures, ventures, you name it. Abandoned places, concerts, fun, comedy, just life. I enjoy myself. Hope you guys enjoy yourselves too. Alrighty. That's it for now. It's on to the next venture. Hope to see you all soon. Ooh, little clickety click of the mouse. Alright, everybody. See you shortly.